Welcome. Sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the next 5 minutes. Before watching this review, I would strongly advise that you watch the episode again. So I'll be rattling off quite a few things, so it'll really help if you've got the episode fresh in your mind. Very good. Well, I'll let the show begin. I laughed at the Doctor's portrait, and later when in Amy and Rory's apartment we see the Doctor in the telly. It's not original, but I still liked it. Now, I particularly liked the picnic feel that we get early on. I liked the banter between the characters, and the Doctor's surprising age of 1103, and all this on the heels of the dreadful, shocking death scene. And then to make this even more final, the cremating of the body. How does the Doctor come back from that? And when will Moffatt actually answer that question for us? I was delighted that the audience was in on a spoiler, and the Doctor for once was in the dark, although this point was debated at the time by fans, but I like to think that the present Doctor didn't know about his death. And this is why I was almost bitterly disappointed coming out of episode 6 of season 6, which I'll talk about in a future episode. 1. Regarding the blue envelopes, of course, Doctor Who was number 1. 2. Engines on silence. Fun, but I wasn't convinced entirely. I mean, silence or not, papers would have gone mad in the Oval Office. Suddenly, TARDIS can go invisible as well. And this is point 3. That would have come in handy in classic Who. Admittedly, without those point plots of invisibility and silence, we would not have that wonderful scene of the Doctor taking notes behind the President and Canton. I really liked Amy and Rory in this. They feel more grown up now. Song is always a breath of fresh air, and I love the relationship that is developing, or that was developing in that episode between Doc and River. Future Doc and Song discussed at the picnic some adventures that we haven't seen yet. There was the Easter Island adventure, and there is someone or something called Jim the Fish. Now, is the little girl in the spacesuit at the start of the show? My answer is no. Do I have a reason for that? No. Is River Song in the spacesuit? I'm inclined to say no here as well. Would not River Song have recognized the scene and what was going on? Would she actually try and shoot herself? Then again, it is something that could perhaps happen in the future of her timeline. So, I guess that's still open. Of course it could be an alternative universe thing, but this is a Moffatt script, and so I suspect that it's probably something cleverer than that. So thinking about something cleverer, could the Doctor himself be in the spacesuit? If so, then why would future Doctor say to his past Doctor, "You can lift the visor now, I know it's you"? Bumpy Wumpy. I don't think we've heard that one before. 1. In front of the picture of Elvis, Doctor says, "I'm the king of OK." 2. The term "I like your wheels" came out. 1. Is that a Star Trek mask? Which I thought was rather lame. And that receptionist woman, or whoever she was, how could she have possibly got a job in the White House? Likewise, how did that CIA operative get a job? It's just a ladies' toilet block. Come on, boldly go, where no man has gone before. Now that's a better reference. I did like Scanners Don't Work when cloaked. And 3, song called Mrs. Robinson. Lost in Space, I mean, what can you say? Fantastic show. Ah, brilliant. Okay, firstly, Future Doc tells Amy, and you'll put on weight, but I wasn't going to say anything. And then when Amy felt sick and wanted to go to the bathroom, keeping the Americanisms going here. Here in New Zealand, we call what the Americans call a bathroom the toilet. I'm a Kiwi bloke, and our guys can get pretty gross, but I wouldn't like the thought of having a bath in a urinal. So, Amy feels sick and has put on weight, so okay, I think, yes, Amy's pregnant. But then earlier, of course, when Amy saw the silent on the hill, she felt sick after looking at it, and likewise, Song did later as well, so I started to think, oh, well, maybe she's not pregnant. And then, Amy admits that she is pregnant to the doctor. Well, not to the doctor, and I wanted to throw something at Moffatt. I really appreciated the slower pace in this ep, and the investigative process. Now, I like the usual manic pace of Doctor Who, but it was nice to have a change. All very excellent, and yet different as well, and Americanized in parts. When we first see the US astronaut in the lake, there was something in the music that reminded me of an American score. I wish I had the words to explain what I mean by that. And another thing about the score. It was unusually, well, quiet. The BBC is very careful with their trailers, but they failed in one aspect. If they wanted us to worry about Rory's fate, they should have left him out of it. Having said that, he, died 3 times in the last season and came back again? So yeah, what the hey? Look, I really enjoyed this episode. I liked it a lot. And I will give it a Christopher Eccleston regenerating into a David Tennant. There's always room for improvement. Thanks, guys. Oh, there's just one more thing I wanted to say before I left. Bow ties are cool. I wonder if they suspect my pants are new. Probably not. They're not a very observant lot. Under American sci-fi.